Stand by. Hey, it's Banana Joe, and we are live on Jock Talk from Hollywood on Sunset Strip. And joining me from New York City, the Big Apple, Johnny Ciao, my old buddy. Johnny, how are you?
Joe, so good to see you, man. You know how many years we go back?
Wow. Let me tell you. I mean, you talk about history. We got some history, some good history.
Yeah, and I see a lot of your shows, and I know that everybody else you've had on your shows got good history, but, it's good to see you, man. Happy to see you again. And, things have been good, man. I hope you're well.
Thank God. Everything is going well. And you too. You look the same. A little gray, but you look the same. I wish I had some gray. That means I'd have some hair.
What the hell do you want? You think I'm getting younger? Jesus Christmas, Mother Mary. What do you think? I'm getting younger?
Hey, Johnny. You know what? I'm always going to be 25. How about you? 18, 19? What do you think?
22, I'm living still in Atlanta, Georgia, with all them hot birds and L.A. and what a life, Joe. It's been a hell of a life.
I have no complaints, honestly.
I know.
You remember you and I did a show. You were doing a pilot. I was down on Melrose. It was a restaurant you took over.
Remember that show?
Yeah, I was the Ed McMahon. I was the Ed McMahon, and tonight here's Johnny.
And I had a spatula, and I did it like Johnny Carson did with the.
It was perfect. I mean, we had the cast. We had Bruce Malaman had great music.
Oh, we had Brucey.
You remember Brucey?
We had great musicians, and also who did I have on there? The one who played Olive Oil on the Popeye show.
Right. I remember her? Boy.
We had so much fun. It was a great pilot. It was for Disney. We did a pilot for Disney then. Hey, Joe, I've done
We're ahead of your time at the time. Believe me,
I've been ahead of my time for years. I did pilots back in the day for Disney, for ABC, Bing Bang Boom, and all of a sudden Emerald came out, Rachel Ray. And I was the one who created a lot of these shows on the Food Network. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah.
I created all these formats, and I sent them to the Food Network. So then in 1993, when I got back from Berkeley, California to New York, I did a show on a television network. And it was great. I had all these musicians and all. So my agent in L.A. at the time was Babette Perry, very famous agent. She's so Babette goes, Johnny, go to Food Network, bring that show there. So I bring the show to Food Network, and all of a sudden they loved it, right? And all of a sudden, they're milking me for my creativity.
Oh,
that's what they used to do. The network. Let's suck everything out of this guy.
As soon as they realize you have a brain, yeah.
Oh yeah. They suck everything out of your head, and I don't want to say the other word. They suck everything out of your head, and all of a sudden, Babette comes back and she goes, Johnny, they called and they said they have another personality chef from New Orleans who's going to do the show. I said, who's that? They
Paul
said,
Prudhomme?
Emerald Lagasse.
Oh, Emerald, yeah.
So where's my several million, $110, $30 million? Well, anyway.
If you and I ever had any luck, we'd be dangerous.
I'm telling you. But listen, it's all good because a lot of good stuff going on these days. But you know what I want to talk to you about? Because you're a famous DJ. You worked on some of the biggest radio stations. I'm going to do the show now. Joe Montione, Banana Joe. He was on many, many stations in from Philadelphia to L.A. You were on a lot of shows. But, interestingly enough, most people don't know my real life. They think Johnny Ciao, he was the chef for Michael Jackson, Marlon.
I think you went to some fancy chef school, some France or some Italy or somewhere. No. Hey, Johnny Ciao started in radio, baby.
I never, ever went to culinary school. I grew up in an Italian family. The only reason I cooked is because I knew how to cook. So
my mother taught me just like your mother taught you and your father, right?
That's right. So, but the thing was, so when I left this town in upstate New York after graduating high school, I went to the Academy, Florida Academy of Broadcasting in Florida, in Clearwater. Yes. In those days, we needed to get an FCC license.
Yes, we did.
Not like today, where anybody can, go on without a license.
Yeah, but there's nobody on anymore. They're all machines. Anyway.
Yeah, no kidding. They're all either machines or people that know people. So I got my FCC license, right? And I went into this station because, listen, I grew up listening to Frankie Crocker, WBLS,
New York.
And so I was, I've always been into soul music all my life.
Me too. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm a black man inside out, brother.
I'm a rock and soul for me.
And I'm not afraid to tell you. But the thing is,
and you're a rocker too, though. You get that. You get that rock edge.
I've always been a soul freak.
But us guys back east, New York, Philly. I'm from Philly, New York. We always did rock and black. Always rock and black music.
Rock and black format.
Rock and black format, baby. You got that right.
So when I got out of that, I got my FCC license. Right, I was 18 years old. So I walked.
It was one of those cram courses. You didn't know anything. They didn't teach you nothing. They just taught you how to pass the course.
It was a cram course.
It was stupid.
But I got the license.
Yeah, you didn't need it first. I got in with my third, but the first was preferred because if you were a borderline talent, they'd take you if you had a first. If you're really good and you had a third, come on in.
Come on, baby. So I walk into a station. I moved down to Florida, and I was listening to this AM station
right on the beach. Right on the beach.
1590 AM. 1590 AM. It's the end of the dial.
Man, you're playing to a lot of manatees out there.
Listen, I walk into this station, and you can't do this shit anymore. Excuse my French. There's no way you can walk into a radio station and say I want a job.
Yeah,
so I walk in, and this guy, it's an all black owned, black run, black DJ station.
In walks this Italian boy.
So here I come. I'm in there. I walked in, and the program director name was Jim Murray.
He looks up.
Well, first of all, the receptionist looked at me like, excuse me.
You had two heads.
Can I help you?
Yeah.
I said, yeah. I said,
did you win something? What are you here for?
I want to see the program director. She goes, what are you talking about? I said, I want to see the program director. I'm interested in working here. So in those days, she actually called the program director. His name
was there. And he was there.
He came out, and he looks at me and goes, can I help you? I said, yeah. I said, I want to work here. He actually laughed. He was looking at me, and he laughed. And I said, I'm serious. I want to work here. He goes, okay.
He asked you what you do? What do you do? What are you going to do here?
No, what have you done, right?
Oh, what have you done, right?
Well, I haven't done much on radio, but I'm a big Frankie Crocker fan, WBLS in New York. And he looked at me like, oh, what? He goes, okay, come into the control room right now. I swear, this would never happen today. Come into the control room, do a demo. So I went in, I did a demo. Johnny Snow. Hey, baby. Hey, baby.
You used that name, Johnny Snow?
Johnny Snow.
Oh,
I said,
my God.
Hey, baby. How you doing today? Johnny Snow with you, baby. Yeah. I got a little bit of Luther Ingram I'm going to play for you. Little Bobby Womack. Just
if loving you is wrong, I don't want to be right, baby.
Meanwhile, I did this quick demo. He goes, thank you. We'll let you know. I get back to my house in Florida, in Clearwater, St. Pete, wherever the hell I was living.
Clearwater, were you a Scientologist? No, go ahead.
No.
Anyway, they own that town.
I get a phone call. He goes, you wanna do weekends? I said, I'll do anything. He goes, $25 a day for 4-hour shift. You have to, and also you have to shut the station down. It was at nighttime. It was one of them stations.
Change the patterns. Was it a daytimer? It was a daytimer.
Shut the transmitter down.
Oh, it was a daytimer.
Yeah, they had
And
a
you had the night show, right?
They had a
He
teach me
gave
how
you
to
the
shut
night
the
show
damn-
and a daytimer.
What do I know about shutting the transmitter down? I'm from New York, from Brooklyn. What do I know?
What do I
teach me.
know?
So I had to shut the transmitter down. $25. I said, I'll take it. And I was Johnny Snow, and I did great music. I'm telling you, I got great stories. And then on
How long did
Sunday,
you work there? How long did you work there?
I worked there for about a year.
See?
But
And you
at the-
liked it. You got into it.
But at the same time, I was doing disco at all the hot clubs in St.
In Tampa and St. Pete, yeah.
Clearwater. I
Oh,
was a
yeah.
hot DJ because I would get my records from Downstairs Records, Barry in New York. He had
Right.
the best. And Barry would have the records before anybody. As soon as the record labels came out with a hot disco mix, whether it was Johnny
And he had
Lalonde,
him from Europe, too. He had the European mix.
he had everything. And I would get the records, bring them down to Florida, and he would go, "Where'd you get these records?" I said, "New York, man. Where the hell do you think?" And next thing you know, I got the hottest records on the station.
Right.
It was
And
great.
they're loving you. The program director's loving you because you're getting stuff he can't even get.
Yeah, I don't know about loving me. He was a little bit weird about it. He was like, "How you getting this stuff?" I said, I got connections. What do you want me to tell you?"
What do you want me to tell you?
Anyway, that was
I'm a familia man. I'm in the Mothers and Fathers Italian Association, the MAFIA. That's how I get it.
yeah, we come up, we go to the store with my boys, and we hustle the music. Anyway, that was the greatest. That was my. It was a wonderful time because I had left New York. I went to Florida, and I was working in radio, in black radio. And I was
Fabulous.
Johnny Snow, baby.
And let me
Yeah.
tell you something about that station. Tampa, Florida was one of the last markets because I programmed for Gannett down there. The Kiss FM owned a station there. Gannett Broadcasting owned Kiss FM, and we had a station there called WDAE and WUSA, W101. And it was starting to die in the ratings, so they sent me from Kiss down there to work with my old buddy Jake Cook. I went down there, and that station you worked at was the only urban black music station in the market, even in the 90s. That market was so polarized. They
Yeah.
didn't even have an FM that played urban music in the 90s. So,
Well, yeah, there was one. There was one that came up called WTMP.
TMP
in
Tampa.
with
Yeah.
Jerry Walker. And he was
Yeah,
the
but
big
that was
DJ.
on AM. TMP was an AM
It
station.
was AM, yeah. There was no FM.
No,
So-
they were all night though. They had a 24-hour signal where
So-
you guys had to sign off.
We had to sign off, but all the black
Yeah.
stations were all AM. There was no real black FM station.
And there were a lot of people in the market that loved black music and that were African American.
What, are you
And
kidding?
It was
That
about a
mu-
15%, 20% market.
It was huge. And
Huge. And
The
these people
meanwhile-
did not understand. They had 20 AC stations, 10 country stations, and nobody played Parliament. Nobody played Funkadelic. Nobody played Stevie. No.
Are you kidding? I still have all the 45s I played on that station. They're all scratched. I got records beyond records.
What year were you there? In the 70s? You were in the 70s, right?
LTD, Rolls Royce, Jerry Butler.
1977, 78, that when you were there?
I was there 76, 77, 78, and that.
I was at Y100 before that, and then I went to FIL after that in Philly. By Y100, we were the first FM station to go number one playing the hits in the country in a major market. Until
but
then,
you were in Philly. You weren't in St.
no, we were in Miami when I did that. Y100.
Oh, okay.
We put Y100 on the air. It was a beautiful music station in Fort Lauderdale. And they sent me to Miami, and I said, I do not want to work on an FM station in Fort friggin' Lauderdale. What am I going to do, play music to die by? I don't want to go. I want to stay up here. They said, you're nuts. You're going to start a whole thing down there. We're changing the business. I said, yeah, right. So I come down with my father. My father and I drive from Pennsylvania, from Scranton to Florida, right? And we're driving down, and the station used to only cover Fort Lauderdale and Hollywood. You know where Hollywood, Florida is, in the middle, right?
Of course.
So I'm driving in, and I'm up past Orlando, just past Orlando on the Florida Turnpike. And I said, I'm going to screw around and see if it comes in. And we were still 175 miles from Miami. I turn it on 100.7, and what do I hear? Why? 100 blowing in to Orlando almost. I said, wait a minute. How the hell is this possible? Well, when we got closer, we realized that there's a stick that never was there before between Miami and Fort Lauderdale that was way up there, and it looked like a candelabra. And it had our antenna right in the middle, and they sold spaces to the other stations for the others and the TVs. And that's when FM became FM. And a guy by the name of Bob Orban created something called the Optimod, because FM didn't used to penetrate buildings. You couldn't hear it in a building, right?
Right.
Bob Orban changed all that. Suddenly you could hear FMs in your teeth, in your fillings. You could hear them everywhere.
Yeah, that was very innovative back then when that started happening. You know,
But in Tampa, the good old boys said, we're only going to have country. We're going to have adult contemporary. We're going to have easy listening. And we're going to have, what was the other one they had in Tampa? They had...
you had adult contemporary. You had rock and roll.
One top 40. One top 40. We're going to let...
Top 40 and urban.
And country. So we're going to let Q105 be the only top 40. And WLCY, remember them? WLCY, Tampa. Yeah. John Lander in the morning.
That's right.
That's my buddy there, John Lander.
Lander, I remember him.
Right? So they had one of each, right? And they had 20 countries and 20 adult contemporary. So everybody said, where's the R&B music? Where's like Power 99 in Philly? Where's all the black music? We have that on AM. That was part 1 with Johnny Ciao on Jock Talk. Part 2 coming up next episode this week with Banana Joe on Jock Talk. Thanks for tuning in.